Hi, this is Owen Abbas-Hussain here from FightHype.com, and I'm here with none other than Duco Events' very own David Higgins. David, how are we today?
We're good, thank you. We're content, we're happy, we're prepared, and I think Team Parker put in a dominant performance today.
You started off that press conference and you told Eddie Hearn that it's not about us, it's about the fighters. What made you do that?
Because there was word that he was going to try bait me into saying to Anthony Joshua's face that he's a glass jaw. Now, I could do that and everyone would laugh, and Joshua's not going to touch me, he's a professional, but it detracts from Joshua Parker. It's not me fighting. Eddie and I, our job is done. He's definitely the second best promoter in the world, but our job's done. And this fight has real credibility. It doesn't need any silly stuff. So we want to take that out of play, and I think we did, because Eddie didn't yap as much as he normally does, and Joseph, I think, won the stare downs.
Talking about that stare down, it was very intense. Even Anthony at one point moves his body, but his head is still looking at Joseph. It was very intense. What did you make of that whole stare down?
I agree, it was very intense, but I think on both occasions Joseph just edged Joshua out and he turned his head away first. And so there'll be butterflies in Joshua's stomach this week, would be my guess.
And obviously, you know Joseph, you've been through that journey with him. How long have you been with Joseph?
We signed him about 5 years ago.
And how has that journey been? You've gone from fighting in New Zealand, now you're coming to Cardiff, fighting in front of, I think it's 80,000 or whatever the number they're saying is. How has that journey been for yourself and Joseph?
The journey's been fantastic, and we've really scrapped up from the bottom of the heap. In New Zealand, there's no government funding in boxing. Joseph didn't win any Commonwealth or Olympic medal, so he's unknown, and no one really helped us. We had to hustle our way, and Joseph's won. People forget, Joseph's won every fight. He's never been dropped, not as an amateur, not in training, not as a professional. So he definitely has a better chin than Anthony Joshua on paper. He's faster, he's got genuine advantages. The camp's been 10 out of 10, so there are no excuses. It's now on Joseph Parker. He knows his job, he knows exactly, and he doesn't worry about anything else. He's not distracted, he's relaxed. But when that bell rings, he'll switch, and I'm confident he'll win the fight.
How will he win the fight?
If you forced me, I'd say it'll be a stoppage in the middle rounds.
What makes you say that? Is it the knockdown from Klitschko a couple of 11 months ago?
Heavyweight can knock out another heavyweight. So Anthony Joshua can knock out Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker can knock out Anthony Joshua. Unless one lands a lucky punch, it'll be quite an entertaining contest, because both of them come forward and look for the punch. So they'll be clashing in the middle of the ring. And I'd say that once Joseph gets a few combinations going, I see him landing a good combo, a well-timed punch somewhere in the middle and finishing it.
And there's a rematch clause for this fight, is that correct? Is it within 120 days of the fight if Joshua was to lose?
I won't clarify contract details other than to say there is a rematch clause, and if, we would probably be fighting Joshua again, probably in the UK in July, late July.
And say you were to win both fights, Joseph was to beat Joshua twice, is the next aim just to unify the division, go after Wilder, whoever at that time's got the WBC belt?
Talk's cheap, and respect to Joshua and Parker for stepping up and trying to unify, and we do want to unify. So if we could get past Joshua, we're not looking ahead. Joseph's only worried about this Saturday, but since you asked, if we did beat Joshua twice, yes, we go after Wilder next, but his promoters are difficult to deal with, and if he gets overly greedy, that might take some time to put together.
What's Eddie Hearn like to deal with? Obviously, you've had a lot.
Very good. Probably one of the best guys I've worked with in boxing. We've had no disagreements commercially. We've signed off numerous big contracts, agreed on everything as a professional. I think he's honest. I think he's good for the sport. He definitely cops unfair criticism. He's definitely the second best promoter in the world.
And a couple of months ago, Tyson Fury came out and told Joe that he was available for sparring. Is there any chance you're going to get in touch with Tyson to call him along, maybe on the ring walk or anything like that?
Tyson FaceTimed the other night, but I was asleep, so I missed it. He keeps in touch. Peter Fury they're on our side. They're sending messages of support. I think Tyson's got a speaking event that night, so I'm not sure if he can make it along. But again, with respect to Wilder, UFC, we're not worried about any of that. We're focused only on beating Anthony Joshua.
What's the final message you want to give to the fight fans?
The message is that it's going to go down in history, I think, as maybe one of the great fights, as a legacy fight, a turning point in the careers of both men, and their styles are exciting, so it's one I wouldn't miss. And we, in honour of the fans, we've done our best. Joseph left no stone unturned. We are there to win.
David, thank you very much for talking to FightHype.com.